If you crave the unknown, but fear the dark, then Delphi. After dawn is your sanctuary. As the first light of dawn breaks through the night, we embark on a journey into the mysteries that chill the spine. I'm your host, Jason King, and together, we'll explore the stories that lurk in the shadows. Each episode, we unravel chilling tales of unsolved crimes, police corruption, and heart-wrenching disappearances. Imagine a world where over 600,000 people vanished last year alone in the U.S., leaving behind only questions and heartache. Violent crime is on the rise, and the shadows grow longer each day. By joining us, you become a beacon for the voiceless, a light in the darkness. Together, we'll shine a light on society's darkest corners, uncovering the truths that hide in plain sight. From the eerie silence of abandoned buildings to the bustling streets where secrets are whispered, we leave no stone unturned. Tune in to Delphi After Dawn, where understanding is just a story away. Join us and let the journey begin. As we delve deeper, remember that every story has a heartbeat, a pulse that connects us all. We navigate through the labyrinth of human experience, seeking answers and shedding light on the unknown. So prepare yourself for a journey like no other, where every revelation brings us closer to the truth. Delphi. After Dawn is more than just a podcast. It's a community of seekers, united by curiosity and compassion. Together, we can make a difference, one story at a time. Join us and let the journey begin anew. The night is alive in New Haven. A hush falls over the Yale University campus. Students hurry past ancient buildings, their shadows stretching long in the lamplight. This is the Skull and Bones Society, a group so exclusive, so secretive, that its very name evokes intrigue and speculation. Presidents, Supreme Court justices, titans of industry. The roster of bonesmen reads like a who's who of American history. What goes on behind the closed doors of the Skull and Bones tomb? The Skull and Bones Society is an enduring enigma, a symbol of the allure of secrecy and power. Our story begins in 1832 in the hallowed halls of Yale University. William Huntington Russell, a brilliant but eccentric Yale student, returned from a year studying abroad in Germany. He was deeply fascinated by a secret society he had encountered there. Inspired, Russell, along with Alphonso Taft, decided to create their own clandestine organization on Yale's campus. And so, the Skull and Bones Society was born. From its inception, the society was shrouded in secrecy. Its very name, a chilling reminder of mortality, hinted at its clandestine nature. The number 322 also held significance. Supposedly, a reference to the year 322 BC and the death of the Athenian orator Demosthenes, marking the end of Greek democracy. This fascination with secrecy and symbolism would become a hallmark of the Skull and Bones. The society's headquarters, known simply as the Tomb, is an imposing structure, windowless and foreboding. Located on Yale's campus, it serves as a constant, silent reminder of the society's presence and influence. Its very architecture seems to whisper of secrets kept and oaths sworn within its walls. Within the tomb, initiates were said to participate in bizarre rituals, designed to test their loyalty and commitment to the group. Details of these rituals were closely guarded, passed down only through generations of bonesmen. Over time, the Skull and Bone Society attracted the sons of the wealthy and the powerful. It became a recruiting ground for future leaders, a place where connections were forged and ambitions nurtured. Membership in the Skull and Bones was a ticket to the upper echelons of American society, a guarantee of influence and success. The society's reach extended far beyond the Ivy League, its members going on to shape the course of American history. The origins of the Skull and Crossbone Society trace back to a time of intellectual curiosity and burgeoning secret societies. In 1832, William Huntington Russell and Alphonso Taft founded the Skull and Bone Society at Yale University. Inspired by German secret societies, they created an organization that would bond its members and elevate them to positions of power. The Skull and Bone Society quickly distinguished itself through its intense secrecy and selectivity. The society's name, Skull and Bones, evoked a sense of mystery and gravity. From its earliest days, the Skull and Bone Society cultivated a reputation for being a breeding ground for future leaders. The early years of the Skull and Bone Society were characterized by the establishment of traditions and rituals. These traditions created a strong sense of loyalty and camaraderie among members. The initiation ceremony was a significant tradition, marking the transition from candidate to full member. Initiation was intense, shrouded in mystery, and designed to test new members. Candidates performed tasks and took oaths of secrecy. These rituals forged deep bonds, ensuring lifelong loyalty. The society also established symbols and codes known only to its members. The number 322 referred to the death of Demosthenes and the end of Greek democracy. This date symbolized the fragility of power and the importance of unity. Symbols and codes added exclusivity and intrigue. Another key tradition was the selection process. Each spring, current members chose a new cohort of juniors. This process, known as tapping, was highly anticipated. Being tapped by the Skull and Bones was a mark of prestige. The tapping ceremony was conducted with great formality and secrecy. The Skull and Bone Society established itself as a powerful presence at Yale. Its members formed a tight-knit network extending into all areas of American life. This foundation ensured the society's future influence. As the Skull and Bone Society entered the latter half of the 19th century, its influence began to extend far beyond Yale University. Bonesmen held prominent positions in politics, business, and law. This period marked the society's transformation into a significant power broker. The network of bonesmen was one of the society's greatest assets. Members supported each other's careers with introductions and recommendations. This network extended into the highest echelons of power. Notable members included William Howard Taft, President and Chief Justice. The society's influence was not limited to politics. Many bonesmen became leaders in the business world. This convergence of power allowed the society to wield significant influence. The bonds formed within the society often translated into professional alliances. The society's influence also permeated American culture. Many bonesmen were involved in philanthropy and education. The ethos of the skull and bones became a hallmark of the American elite. This cultural influence cemented the society's status as a powerful institution. Despite its influence, the Skull and Bones Society maintained its commitment to secrecy. The details of its meetings and membership remained closely guarded. This secrecy fueled rumors and speculation, contributing to its legendary status. Even as its members ascended to power, the society remained an enigma, central to the Skull and Bones. Society's identity is its headquarters, known as the Tomb. This imposing, windowless building serves as the society's meeting place and the repository of its secrets. The tomb's architecture conveys a sense of permanence and impenetrability. Its stone walls and lack of windows create an atmosphere of mystery. The building's design reflects the society's values, discretion, loyalty, and tradition. Inside, generations of bonesmen have gathered to conduct rituals and forge bonds. The initiation ritual is a central part of the Skull and Bones experience. Though secret, it involves symbolic acts, testing commitment and loyalty. The tomb houses the society's archives and artifacts, linking to its past. These artifacts serve as a reminder of the society's legacy and responsibilities. The secrecy surrounding the tomb has heightened the society's mystique. It stands as a symbol of the society's values and enduring bonds. One of the most distinctive aspects of the Skull and Bone Society is its use of symbols and rituals. These elements create a sense of exclusivity and unity among members. The most well-known symbol is the skull and crossbones, symbolizing danger and secrecy. It reminds members of their commitments and the consequences of betrayal. Another key symbol is the number 322, referencing the end of Greek democracy. Rituals, especially the initiation ceremony, are central to the society. Regular meetings and ceremonies maintain bonds and traditions. Through symbols and rituals, the Skull and Bone Society maintains a powerful and enduring identity. The Skull and Bone Society has long been a breeding ground for American political leaders. Over the years, many bonesmen have ascended to some of the highest offices in the land, shaping the course of American history. Among the most notable are former presidents William Howard Taft, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush. William Howard Taft, a member of the class of 1878, was the first bonesman to become President of the United States. His tenure as the 27th President and later as the 10th Chief Justice of the Supreme Court underscores the society's reach within the corridors of power. The Bush family is perhaps the most famous example of Skull and Bones' political legacy. George H.W. Bush, a member of the class of 1948, served as the 41st President of the United States. His son, George W. Bush, tapped into the same legacy, becoming the 43rd President. The Bush presidencies highlight the society's ability to foster connections and influence that span generations. Beyond the presidency, numerous bonesmen have held significant positions within the U.S. government. Senators, congressmen, ambassadors, and cabinet members have all emerged from the ranks of the Skull and Bones. This network of political power underscores the society's role as a pivotal player in American politics. The influence of the Skull and Bones in politics is not limited to individual members. The society itself has become a symbol of elite power and influence, often cited in discussions about the so-called deep state. While much of this is speculation, the tangible presence of bonesmen in key political roles over the years is undeniable. The impact of the Skull and Bones Society extends beyond politics and into the realm of business. Many bonesmen have become influential figures in the corporate world, founding or leading some of America's most powerful companies. One notable example is Henry Luce, a member of the class of 1920, who co-founded Time, Inc. and launched influential publications like Time, Life, and Fortune magazines. Luce's media empire played a crucial role in shaping public opinion and disseminating information throughout the 20th century. Another influential bonesman in the business world was McGeorge Bundy, a member of the class of 1940. Bundy served as National Security Advisor under Presidents Kennedy and Johnson. But his career also included a significant role in academia and philanthropy. As the president of the Ford Foundation, Bundy directed substantial resources towards education, civil rights, and international development. The banking and finance sectors have also seen the influence of the Skull and Bones. Bonesmen have held key positions in major financial institutions, shaping economic policies and business practices. This includes figures like Averell R.L. Harriman, a member of the class of 1913, who was a prominent banker and diplomat. Harriman's career spanned both the business and political spheres, demonstrating the versatility and reach of the Society's network. The Society's influence in business is further reflected in the connections and alliances formed among its members. These networks often provide bonesmen with opportunities for mentorship, investment, and collaboration. Through its members, the Skull and Bones Society has left a lasting imprint on American business. The success of bonesmen in various industries underscores the Society's role as a facilitator of elite networks and a breeding ground for influential leaders. The Skull and Bones Society's influence is also evident in the legal realm, where many of its members have achieved prominence in the judiciary and legal practice. One of the most notable bonesmen in the judiciary was Morrison R. Waite, a member of the class of 1837, who served as the Chief Justice of the United States from 1874 to 1888. During his tenure, Waite presided over significant cases that helped define the scope of federal and state powers in the post-Civil War era. In addition to the Supreme Court, bonesmen have held influential positions in lower federal courts and state judiciaries. Their roles as judges, attorneys general, and legal scholars have allowed them to shape legal precedents and influence the development of American jurisprudence. The Society's influence in law is not limited to the judiciary. Many bonesmen have also played pivotal roles in legal education, ensuring that the next generation of lawyers and judges are trained to uphold the principles of justice and the rule of law. Through their positions as deans and professors at prominent law schools, bonesmen have contributed to the development of legal theory and education. The legal careers of bonesmen often intersect with their political and business endeavors, creating a network of influence that spans multiple sectors. This interconnectedness allows members to leverage their expertise and connections to affect change and advance their agendas. Overall, the Skull and Bones Society's impact on the legal field is a testament to its members' commitment to public service and the pursuit of justice. The influence of the Skull and Bones Society extends beyond politics, business, and law, permeating various aspects of American culture and society. Bonesmen have played significant roles in shaping the cultural landscape, contributing to the arts, media, education, and social movements. In the realm of media and journalism, bonesmen like Henry Luce have left an indelible mark. Luce's publications, including Time, Life, and Fortune, played a crucial role in defining American journalism and influencing public opinion throughout the 20th century. Education is another area where the Skull and Bones Society has had a profound impact. Many bonesmen have pursued careers in academia, serving as professors, deans, and university presidents. Their contributions to higher education have helped shape the intellectual and cultural development of American society. The Society's involvement in social movements and philanthropy is also noteworthy. Bonesmen have been active in various causes, from civil rights to environmental conservation. Their philanthropic efforts have supported numerous initiatives aimed at improving education, healthcare, and social justice. The cultural and social influence of the Skull and Bones Society is further reflected in its portrayal in popular culture. The Society's secrecy and elite status have made it a subject of fascination in books, films, and television shows. This portrayal often emphasizes the Society's mysterious and powerful nature, contributing to its legendary status and public intrigue. Overall, the cultural and social impact of the Skull and Bones Society underscores its multifaceted influence on American life. Through their contributions to media, education, philanthropy, and social movements, bonesmen have played significant roles in shaping the cultural and social fabric of the nation. The legacy of the Skull and Bones Society continues to resonate in contemporary American society. The Society remains a symbol of elite power and a significant player in the nation's political, economic, and cultural spheres. Bonesmen hold key positions in government, shaping policy decisions. The business world also feels the influence of the Skull and Bones Society. Bonesmen occupy leadership positions in major corporations. The Society's impact on culture and education remains significant. The Skull and Bones Society's influence is not without controversy. The tangible impact of bonesmen in various fields is undeniable. The Skull and Crossbones Society has seen a number of its members rise to the highest political offices in the United States. This section will explore some of these notable politicians and their contributions. William Howard Taft, a bonesman from the class of 1878, was not only the 27th President of the United States, but also the 10th Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. His unique position of having led both the executive and judicial branches of government is a testament to his remarkable influence. Taft's presidency was marked by his efforts to strengthen the judiciary and his work on antitrust legislation. The Bush family is another prominent example of the society's political legacy. George H.W. Bush, a member of the class of 1948, served as the 41st President of the United States. His extensive career in public service included roles as Vice President, CIA Director, and Ambassador to the United Nations. His son, George W. Bush, followed in his footsteps, becoming the 43rd President after a controversial election in 2000. Beyond the presidency, Skull and Crossbones members have held influential positions in Congress. For example, John Kerry, a member from the class of 1966, served as a U.S. Senator from Massachusetts for nearly 30 years before becoming Secretary of State. His career in public service was marked by his advocacy for issues like climate change, veterans affairs, and international diplomacy. The Society's reach also extends to other branches of government, with members serving as advisors, diplomats, and cabinet members. Their ability to navigate the complexities of political life and exert influence on national policy highlights the strategic importance of the Skull and Crossbones network. The Society's members often support each other's careers, creating a robust and enduring presence in American politics. In addition to its political influence, the Skull and Crossbones Society has been a breeding ground for some of America's most influential business leaders. These titans of industry have played pivotal roles in shaping the economic landscape of the nation. Henry Luce, a member of the class of 1920, co-founded Time Inc. and launched several influential magazines, including Time, Life, and Fortune. His media empire had a profound impact on American journalism and public opinion. Another significant figure is McGeorge Bundy, a member of the class of 1940. While Bundy is best known for his role as National Security Advisor during the Kennedy and Johnson administrations, his contributions to the business world are also noteworthy. As president of the Ford Foundation, Bundy directed substantial resources toward education, civil rights, and international development. Averell Harriman, a member of the class of 1913, was a prominent banker and diplomat who played a key role in shaping U.S. foreign policy during and after World War II. As a director of Union Pacific Railroad, and later as a senior partner at the investment bank Brown Brothers Harriman & Co., he exemplified the intersection of business and politics that many bonesmen navigate. The Society's influence in business extends to modern times, with numerous members leading Fortune 500 companies and other significant enterprises. These leaders continue to shape industries ranging from finance and technology to media and manufacturing. The network of support and mentorship among bonesmen has facilitated the rise of many influential business figures, ensuring the Society's lasting impact on the American economy. The legal realm is another area where the Skull and Crossbones Society has left its mark. Many of its members have become influential jurists, shaping the American legal system. One of the Society's most prominent legal figures was Morrison R. Waite. As Chief Justice, Waite presided over landmark cases defining federal and state powers. His tenure established important legal precedents. Another notable jurist was Potter Stewart, known for his pragmatic approach. Stewart's decisions shaped the interpretation of the Constitution. The influence of the skull and crossbones extends beyond the Supreme Court. Many bonesmen have served as federal judges, state justices, and leading attorneys. Their roles in prominent law firms underscore the society's impact on the practice of law. In legal education, bonesmen have held significant positions as deans and professors, shaping the minds of future lawyers and judges. Their contributions to legal scholarship ensure the principles of justice are upheld. The Society's network facilitates careers, providing opportunities for mentorship and collaboration. This interconnectedness allows bonesmen to leverage their expertise and connections. The cultural impact of the Skull and Crossbones Society is significant. Members have shaped the cultural fabric of American society. Henry Luce's contributions to journalism are well documented. His work exemplifies the power of media to influence societal norms. Many bonesmen have pursued careers in academia. The Society's involvement in social movements and philanthropy is noteworthy. The Society's secrecy has made it a subject of fascination in popular culture. Overall, the contributions of bonesmen highlight the Society's diverse reach and enduring legacy. The influence of the Skull and Crossbones Society continues in contemporary American society, with modern-day members playing significant roles in various fields. The Society remains a symbol of elite power and a key player in the nation's spheres. In politics, the network of bonesmen remains active, with members holding key positions in government and shaping policy decisions. John Kerry, a member of the class of 1966, serves as the United States Special Presidential Envoy for Climate. His work highlights the Society's ongoing influence in critical global issues. Bonesmen occupy leadership positions in major corporations and financial institutions. Their success reflects the Society's emphasis on leadership and ambition. Modern-day members continue to shape industries, ensuring the Society's lasting impact on the American economy. Their involvement in educational institutions and philanthropic efforts supports social and intellectual progress. Despite its enduring influence, the Skull and Crossbones Society remains shrouded in secrecy. While much remains conjecture, the tangible impact of bonesmen is undeniable. The Society's ability to cultivate leaders and shape networks of power continues to be a defining characteristic. As the Skull and Crossbones Society looks to the future, its legacy remains a testament to its members' achievements. The Society's influence on American life highlights its role in shaping the nation's history and future. The echo of its influence continues to resonate, ensuring the Skull and Crossbones Society remains an enduring presence. The Skull and Bone Society, shrouded in mystery, remains an enduring enigma. Its name conjures images of secret rituals and shadowy figures. We have delved into its history and examined its members. Yet, it holds its secrets close, leaving us with more questions. What is the true nature of the Skull and Bones? Is it a harmless fraternity, or a clandestine organization shaping nations? It boasts an impressive roster of members who have achieved great things. The allure lies in its mystery and whispers of power. Its legend grows with each generation. The fascination with this enigmatic organization will continue to endure. The impact of the Skull and Bones Society on American history is undeniable. Its members have shaped the nation's political, economic, and cultural landscape for nearly 2 centuries. From Washington, D.C. to Wall Street and academia, the influence of the Bonesmen is pervasive. Their legacy is etched in the laws, industries, and fabric of American society. Yet the nature of this influence is often debated. Critics argue it represents an elite cabal perpetuating inequality. They point to secrecy, exclusion, and concentrated power as evidence. To them, it symbolizes everything wrong with the American system. Supporters argue it fosters lifelong bonds and loyalty. They highlight its philanthropic endeavors and public service. The reality likely lies somewhere in between. The Skull and Bones is a complex organization with a complex history. The Skull and Bones Society, for all its mystique and allure, has not been without its share of critiques and controversies. Throughout its long history, the society has been accused of everything from elitism and cronyism to engaging in occult practices and even harboring sinister agendas. These critiques, while often fueled by speculation and hearsay, highlight the deep-seated anxieties surrounding power, privilege, and the influence of secret societies. One of the most common critiques leveled at the Skull and Bones is its exclusivity. Membership is by invitation only, and the selection process is shrouded in secrecy. Critics argue that this exclusivity breeds elitism, creating a sense of entitlement and superiority among its members. They point to the fact that Bonesmen are disproportionately drawn from the ranks of the wealthy and well-connected, reinforcing existing power structures and limiting opportunities for those outside the elite circles. Another point of contention is the society's history of secrecy. The rituals and traditions practiced within the walls of the tomb are closely guarded secrets, fueling speculation and distrust. Critics argue that this secrecy fosters an environment of mistrust and suspicion, allowing the society to operate without accountability and potentially engage in unethical or even illegal activities. The lack of transparency, they argue, is antithetical to the principles of a democratic society. The Skull and Bones has also been accused of cronyism, with critics alleging that Bonesmen use their connections to advance each other's careers and consolidate power within their ranks. From securing plum jobs in government and finance, to influencing policy decisions and shaping public opinion, the society's network of influence is undeniable. While supporters argue that this is simply a natural extension of the strong bonds formed within the society, critics see it as a form of favoritism that undermines fair competition and meritocracy. In an era marked by transparency and globalization, does a secretive society like the Skull and Bones still hold relevance? Some argue that the days of shadowy cabals are long gone. The secrets, they argue, are out, the power structures exposed. The Skull and Bones is seen as a relic of a bygone era. However, others contend that its relevance has only grown. True power lies in controlling the narrative and operating with discretion. The Skull and Bones is uniquely positioned to thrive in this environment. The enduring fascination with the Skull and Bones Society speaks to a deeper human fascination with secrecy and the allure of the unknown. Throughout history, secret societies have captivated the imagination, inspiring both fear and fascination. From the Freemasons to the Illuminati, these organizations have been shrouded in mystery, their true nature and purpose the subject of endless speculation and conspiracy theories. The allure of secrecy lies in its power to both attract and repel. On the one hand, secrecy suggests knowledge withheld, power concealed, and a sense of exclusivity that sets its possessors apart from the uninitiated masses. It hints at a hidden world, a realm of influence and intrigue operating beyond the reach of ordinary mortals. This allure is particularly potent in a world where information is readily available, where transparency is often touted as the antidote to corruption and abuse of power. The very act of keeping secrets becomes a form of rebellion, a way of asserting control in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. On the other hand, secrecy breeds suspicion and distrust. It suggests that something is being hidden, that the truth is being withheld, and that those in the know are not to be trusted. This suspicion is often amplified when secrecy intersects with power, as it does with the Skull and Bones. The society's long history of secrecy, combined with the influence wielded by many of its members, has made it a target for conspiracy theorists and those who believe that powerful forces are working behind the scenes to manipulate world events. Whether one is drawn to or repelled by the allure of secrecy, there is no denying its enduring power. The Skull and Bones, with its rituals, its traditions, and its closely guarded secrets, taps into this primal fascination. It is a reminder that even in an age of information overload, there are still mysteries to be unraveled, secrets to be kept, and power to be wielded in the shadows. The Skull and Bone Society remains a captivating enigma, a testament to the enduring power of secrecy and the allure of exclusive networks. Its legacy is complex and multifaceted, marked by both notable achievements and persistent controversies. Whether viewed as a harmless fraternity or a shadowy cabal, its influence on American history and culture is undeniable. As we conclude our exploration of the Skull and Bones, we are left with more questions than answers. The society's true nature, its inner workings, and the extent of its influence remain shrouded in mystery. Yet, it is this very mystery that continues to fascinate and intrigue, ensuring that the legend of the Skull and Bones will endure for generations to come. The Skull and Bones serves as a reminder that power operates in myriad ways, both visible and unseen. It highlights the importance of critical thinking, the need to question narratives, and the ever-present tension between transparency and secrecy in a democratic society. Ultimately, the legacy of the Skull and Bones is a reflection of ourselves, our fascination with power, our anxieties about elitism, and our enduring curiosity about the hidden forces that shape our world. In a shadowy underworld of crime, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, you've been journeying with me, Jason King. We've dissected the minds of some of the most notorious serial killers, peeling back the layers of their darkest secrets. Every shadowy corner we've turned, every chilling confession we've analyzed, has been a step deeper into the abyss. But remember, the abyss also gazes back. So, brace yourself as we prepare to dive even deeper. Next time, we'll unravel a tale so twisted it will make your spine tingle with anticipation. An enigma so intricate it will have you questioning everything you thought you knew. Until then, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp. This is Jason King, signing off.